Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, Donald J. Trump today goes to the border. Now, that is news. A former president of the United States going to the border with this huge political issue that the United States faces. It was his issue. Let's see how many of the American Communist 10 news media covers it. I expect not much. And don't forget, July 3rd, this weekend, we'll talk about it more, he's having another rally in Sarasota, Florida. Speaking of Trump rally coverage, you can't make this up. Newsmax magazine coverage beat Fox News coverage, and I can't believe this. Fox News did not cover the Trump rally live. That is terrible. That is terrible that Fox News did not. You know, you have 10,000 on the low side, 40,000 on the high side, people at his first rally. That's not news. By the way, all the other American Communist 10 didn't cover that. Shameful. Shameful. Ignoring a political figure who was a former president of the United States, who's having a rally, drawing that many people. Is it news? Of course, we know it is news. By the way, I'm mad at Mark Hansel for not sending a reporter from Bulldog Nation News up there, Bulldog Reports up there. It'll never happen again. Babylon Bee is now part of my repertoire of sites that I review and I add to Bulldog Reports. And every time we post them, Mark Hansel, make sure we say Babylon Bee, because we want people to know, if they see that, they know it's satire. They've got some great stuff. The latest, white males no longer need antidepressants because they're supposed to be depressed. Funny stuff. By the way, remember, July, coming up, July is White Heterosexual Male Month. You know, they had their Gay Pride Month this way. We're going White Heterosexual Male Month. BRITNEY for president, again from Babylon Bee. Britney Spears for president. Why? She's the only person that brings everybody together. That's true. Everybody's for Britney Spears. Then they've got this other one. It's so funny. Kids identifying as teachers are allowed to use the teacher's lounge. You know what I need to do? I need to show up in court one day and say, I'm identifying as a lawyer. I'm allowed to be here, or else you're violating federal law. GRANHOLM, good old Biden's energy secretary, says climate change caused the condo collapse. Before any engineering reports, despite all the stuff about the pole leaking, everything else, climate change, not engineering science, caused the condo collapse. That's coming from his energy secretary. Folks, this is a cabinet of loonies. I mean, absolute loonies. Running a country with a $4 trillion budget. Oh, to scare the hell out of you. These are loonies. You wouldn't want these people running your household. They're running the country. $15 million. See, I knew this was coming. You know why? One of the reasons why many of you listen to me is I'm smart. I predict stuff. I once said I was a prophet, joking, and some big Christian guy condemned me for saying I was a prophet, not getting the satire. But folks, I predicted this, that what's going to come out in this whole thing with this Miami condo is that they knew there was a problem, and it's going to be on the condo association. How much insurance does the condo association have? Their members. And do they have some type of immunity? I wouldn't be surprised. But here's the problem. It turns out that in April, everybody in that condo place, including those who died, said, hey, it's going to cost $15 million for all these repairs. What do you think the emails and the response is going to be from all those people living in those condos about forking out more money for the repairs? The point? It looks like the people that were supposed to fork out the money maybe didn't fork out the money. Didn't want to fork out the money. And look what happened. Football is gay. The NFL comes out with Gay Pride Day, Gay Month. Football is gay. They got one guy who's come out, who happened to be a Republican, that he's gay. Nobody else has come out. And by the way, would you come out? I wouldn't come out. You know, but football is gay. How stupid is that? And again, proving member of the American Communist 10, pro sports. They're a part of the American Communist 10. This is an example of why football is gay. Football is not gay. Of all the things that you can say about football, it ain't gay. It's unbelievable. Baltimore is under fire. The Baltimore Sun, an op-ed writer, came out and said, Baltimore is the gold standard for crime. The homicide rate hasn't been up and down. It's been steady. Holy cow, it's been steady bad. Steady bad, justifying the Baltimore's crime rate. Again, loony bins. Remember, these swamps are everywhere. And the Baltimore Sun is part of the media. American Communist. You guys are learning, based on your comments, I can tell more and more of what I'm saying about the American Communist 10. You can take every one of these stupid stories, stupid statements, and you connect it back to the American Communist 10. Jake Tapper, who's supposed to be the high echelon journalist at CNN, his ratings are down 75%. Trump made fun of him, and Jake Tapper said, well, don't you got anything better to do, man? Blah, 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 blah. That's the way I roll. I'm a different kind of cat. Yeah, you're a cat that sucks. Oakland police chief, who's black, is ripping the city about the crime wave and the funding issue. By the way, folks, check them out. These inner cities are ran by black police chiefs. Detroit, black police chief. Cincinnati, black police chief. These are black police chiefs that are like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Justice Department lawyer who altered the email in that whole FISA debacle with Trump. Now just think about that. This is what this guy did. He committed a freaking fraud. Forgery. Something I've never done. This guy's going to get his law license back. Unbelievable. Why would that happen? But Giuliani gets suspended for a free speech issue. See how the swamp works, folks? You do. You're watching this show. You get it. Record gun sales. Now, I got to ask you a question. Why would law-abiding citizens, by the way, this has been reported by the gun manufacturers. They keep track of the records. $1 billion. Record gun sales. Why would lawful Americans be setting records for record guns? These aren't killers. These aren't people. Now, why would that be happening? And how could that be the problem? Of course it's not. I already did a show on it. Gas stations. Gas stations are running out of gas again. And here we are, 4th of July weekend coming up. Look out. Look out. As the office manager of the office, I've given everybody off after 1 o'clock on Friday because they would be useless as the tits on the boar hog as we used to. Come on. Friday, the weekend of 4th of July, nobody'd be worth a damn in the afternoon. Plus, we're honoring, like everybody else, not me, I'll be working all weekend, the Monday. So I'm just thinking about using my office. All those people in the office are going to probably be driving somewhere, and they're going to need a gas tank. All right, Vogue. Vogue gives Jill the Drape wearer a cover. Melania Trump, a professional model in her other life, beautiful and classy, never got a Vogue cover as First Lady. And they give it to Jill Biden. That's sick. Isn't that wrong? Just more American Communist 10 crap. Just more. Nome in Texas. You know, good old Governor Nome in South Dakota Kristi Nome sent 50 of her National Guardsmen to the Texas border to help out. By the way, this is a trend. You saw DeSantis doing it. And what this is all about is 2024. Each one of these people want to show that, hey, they're fighting this immigration battle. Smart politics. Tour de France. You know, I generally don't do sports, but, you know, this story's just kept going and going. I have to cover it. Some woman caused, if you didn't know, a major crash, lots of personal injury. I mean, just awful. Apparently, she's fled the country. They're trying to catch her for prosecution. Can you imagine it? It's something out of a bad movie. GWEN Berry is sponsored by a group, a leftist group, who are for defunding the police. You ought to read this organization's mission statement. It's scary stuff. That's who is sponsoring this lady, and they're proud of her sponsor. Delta variant. Get ready for that new word, folks. The Delta variant's going to get you. We got to be careful. We're not out of the woods yet. Delta variant. Sounds scary, doesn't it? Delta variant. Delta variant. Folks, I have not been vaccinated. I may still get vaccinated if I have to travel. But folks, I'm not worried about the Delta variant, but here they come. But guess what? The New York City mayor and everybody knew said, wait, we're not going to lock down if the Delta variant hits hard. Oh, really? See? If it's Joe Biden's economy, we're not going to lock anything down. Bunch of bullshit. Last but not least, you know the line. You can't make it up. In all this infrastructure baloney bill, they've put in that bill $870 million for border security in the Middle East. Think about that. $870 million for border security in the Middle East, not for our southern border. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, I hate George Bush and Barack Obama for what they did in the Middle East. Bush started, Obama continued it. And when I think about the United States spending $1 trillion, it's over $1 trillion by now, in Iraq and all these other places, on bridges and hospitals and roads and everything else, and we can't get our suspension bridge paid for by the taxpayer. And we don't even know if, that's not funded. Mitch McConnell's the Senate Majority Leader, and he won't fund that bridge. John Boehner was the Speaker, and they won't fund that bridge, but they'll spend $850 million in border security in the Middle East. Shameful. I'm telling you, folks, the problem with Washington, D.C. is they are all political sons of a bitches, phony asses, just eating off the trough, corrupt as freaking hell. And every time we do something right, like elect Trump, an outsider, look what the American Communist 10 does to him, and we let them do it to him. That's what happens. That's what happens. Why would they do that? Because it wrecks their world of corruption. How crazy is it that Panama is warning the United States that the terrorists are intermingling with the other illegal immigrants to get into this country? We have a South American, Central American country warning us about this. What are we going to do? Not a damn thing. Say it. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I'll be back tomorrow.